As the world becomes more multicultural, individuals get a wide array of wedding traditions to explore and choose from. The majority of weddings that take place here in the United States are based on European and Christian traditions. Majority of all Indian weddings follow Hindu practices. The reason why I had interest in doing more research on Pakistan's weddings is because I have personally helped plan and organize a handful of American weddings in my lifetime. It has really intrigued me on how things are done differently in other areas in the world. Today, I'm going to inform you the differences between Pakistan weddings and American weddings and how the gender roles differ. I'm going to provide you with a little bit of background on Pakistan and where they have stemmed from. According to everyculture.com, Pakistan was part of India's independence from Great Britain in 1947, when a partition took part of the land and created what is now known as Pakistan, which is a separate Islamic nation. There was a Muslim leader who goes by the name of Ali Jinnah, who was a leader from as early as 1600. In 1940, he began advocating and working for a separate Muslim state. Majority of Pakistani women are homemakers, and men are generally referred to as the breadwinners of the family. Majority of working women in Pakistan are either nurses or teachers. Women are represented in government as ministers in parliament and ambassadors. Benazir Bhutto was the first female prime minister and served from 1988 to 1990. Now that you have history on Pakistan, I'd like to outline the normal traditions that take place in planning a wedding. First is the guest list. The amount of people attending an American wedding is on average between 300 to 500 people, and the average of people attending a Pakistan wedding is anywhere from 10 to 20 people. Pakistan weddings like to flaunt their wealth, and majority of Pakistan weddings only have immediate family and close family invited to the wedding, where American weddings invite their cousins and friends. The duration of a wedding for an American wedding is normally just one day that includes the ceremony and the reception afterwards. The duration of a Pakistan wedding is normally 2 to 3 weeks. Pakistan weddings involve pre-wedding festivities as well as the wedding ceremony itself. In Pakistan, there are rituals. American is based on the Christian traditions, officiated by a pastor that guides the couple through a set of vows in front of close friends and family. They exchange them and they exchange the rings, and it's on to the reception. In Hindu, they do elaborate rituals for welcoming the groom, praying to Ganesha, and commitment. Pakistan, which is known as Sapadai, is the most important ritual. The clothing is a little bit different. American wears a traditional white dress, and the man is dressed normally in a tuxedo. In Indian, they wear red sari with a bunch of beading, and men wear a sherwani with very bright colors. Normally, for Americans, they get to choose who they like to date and get to do so for a certain amount of years until they ask the wife to marry them. In Pakistan, parents are the ones that find a suitable partner for their son that they think that the son will like. They will have multiple meetings before the wedding and go through a series of games. Now that I have provided you with the outlines of American versus Pakistan weddings, I will now go into the major rituals that take place in all Pakistan weddings. The first ritual that takes place is the nikah. That's the signing of the marriage contract between the couple. It is done in front of 2 witnesses minimum, but it is usually a family and close relatives attend that. The groom will provide a dowry, which is financial security to the wife. The Mahan Dekai is the ceremony of unveiling of the bride's face. The bride can sit next to the groom for the very first time, and they will feed each other Asian sweets. The chor is a scarf handed over by the groom's family to the bride. It is packed with gifts and healthy sweets for the bride and her family. The rang is the bride's family will throw paint on the groom's side to confirm that a wedding has taken place. The tukol is weeks before the wedding day, where women would gather in groom's house and sing and dance, all while accompanied by the percussion instrument, the tukoi. The mendai is 2 to 3 days before the wedding day, which is a henna ceremony where the guests apply henna on the bride's arms, and the groom will apply oil, which is tail, to his head. The kahardi is the night before. The family will hold an event in which the groom is prepared. The mother will tie a turban around his head and surround him in a sparkly scarf. The sisters will take a groom for a walk while waving flowers on his head while carrying a water pot on their head. The rest of the family sings songs to keep the momentum going. The barat is family, friends, and relatives of the groom that make a procession towards the bride's home. They set up a display of fireworks and dance the night away. Now that I have informed you a little bit about the differences that take place throughout a marriage ceremony, let's conclude. After discussing the history and background of Pakistan and how they became established, you have learned that there are many different ways to have marriage ceremonies. Really, there is a lot less work that goes into American ceremonies versus what go into Pakistan weddings. We are very grateful here in the United States that we get to choose who we want to marry and that we get to choose how long we get to be together with them before the marriage. I think a lot of times that we do take that for granted here in the United States, and there are vast differences not only in weddings but also in everyday lives. Thank you.